Hello, welcome to Soultiful, and today we are talking about building your business while managing a chronic illness. Stay tuned.
Hi, welcome to Soultiful.
Oh, not the church fan. Yes,
Hey,
you are muted.
The church fan and the pink tongue, like I had candy right before I got to church. How about that?
Awesome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soultiful.
hi. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, my name is Latoya,
I'm that other Toya.
and we have the beautiful Miss Maria Pettiford Atkins in the house today, y'all.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing?
Good that
Yes,
you're here.
yes.
So glad that you're here with us today.
Thank you again. I appreciate
Yes,
that. As I said earlier, I appreciate the opportunity. So most grateful. Thank you so much.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes. So, our first segment is what you working on. And today is so special. Jesus, y'all. I want to go first, of course. I am here. Where's here? Florida, baby. Florida.
Hey,
Yes, y'all, I made it. I am here in Florida. So happy. Just got here today. Literally just touched down not too long ago. So it is a whirlwind, but we are here with you because we love you.
yes. And can we just say that this is one of those things that you spoke into existence, didn't know how it was going to happen, and it just happened?
It just happened
That's
because
exciting.
that's how God designed it. It's just meant to be. Yes.
That's the way God planned it. That's the way God
There
wanted
you
it
go. I
to
love
be.
that. Yes. Yes. Allowing him to take the wheel and keep it going, right?
Hey,
That's
amen.
it. You
Awesome.
just said, okay, you said go. All right, we're
I'm
going.
here. I'm gone. Yes.
Right now? Okay.
Don't know
All right.
how, whatever, but yeah.
It
So
all came together, right?
that's right. So thank you, Lord. And I think there's a
Yes.
Mama George. Hey, Mama George. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey.
Mama, I'm gonna be honest. We were just talking about you, Mama George.
Yes, we were.
I said, I want to see Mama George.
Yes. Yes.
First on the show, Mama George. First, we want to see you on the show. You've been with us since like the beginning. We want to see you on the show, Mama George. That would be awesome.
Yes. She better get on here.
Yeah, so thank you for viewing. Thank you for always being here, Mama Dorch. And to all of our viewers, we really appreciate you being a soulful soldier. We appreciate you.
Mhm.
We would love to know what you're working on, Mama Dorch. We'd love to know. Myself, the morning was spent mostly working on a summit. We have a summit that's coming up next month. A new client, and so we're just working on the logistics. Many meetings to get these events going, whether it's virtual or on the ground. It takes a lot of work, a lot of moving parts, different teams coming together. So that's what my morning was that, and then taking my kids to the library because the summer reading program started today. So that's what I've been on. Yes.
And
What about you? Yeah.
I have been, well, today has actually been catching up. Yesterday, what I did take the holiday. So just being
Awesome.
able, yeah, just to get some rest in, spend some time. Well, he had to work, but husband had to work, but we were able to get some time in, but just really catching up on some housework. How about that? That was yesterday. Today was catching up on the duties, responsibilities for my clients. I have a couple clients who has some workshops coming up as well. And they have just getting communication out. So that was my day, just making sure that went out in a timely fashion.
awesome.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
it's that regular stuff too. Yeah, I did watch them come.
Exactly.
I did a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah, got a couple of those in. So
exactly.
awesome.
Same here. Same here. So that be able to do that work, that time blocking is really good.
Yes, that's right. Ooh, yes, talk about it. Mama
Okay.
Torch, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're staying safe and staying cool.
Cool.
And okay, nice. We hope you
Mhm.
enjoy Bible study.
Good.
My husband went to Bible study too, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, just stay. Whatever you have to say, please share throughout the broadcast. Mama Dorch and everybody else, we're glad that you are here. All right. Especially we want to know what you're working on too. We see all out there, so we would love to know what y'all working on too. All right.
Yes. Please share.
Yes. All
Definitely.
right.
Yes. So let's talk about who we have on today, y'all. So Miss Maria Pettiford Atkins. She says, I am an online support specialist and owner of MP Atkins, virtual assistant services. I provide administrative support to entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and small business owners so that they can focus on their core items of their business, working together, helping them to achieve their goals, and appreciating the opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of success together, willing to help where it is most needed. That is awesome because everyone knows running a business is crazy, absolutely crazy. So you got to have that help. And hard help, good help is hard to find. That's what I'm trying to say. And it seems like we got somebody in the house that is awesome at it.
Yes. Hey,
Yes.
Deborah.
Yeah. Hey.
Guys,
Hello.
just I want to promptly tell you, if you deal with any type of chronic disease, this is your episode. This is your
Yes.
episode. We
Yes.
all deal with disease. We all deal with stuff here. We do. So this is the episode for you. Definitely chime in, and you will have the opportunity to connect directly with Maria after the show. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, we had the pleasure of meeting this wonderful woman not too long ago, and the conversation was phenomenal. She's really good at, helping you talk out those issues and getting through it because it's not easy. I kept telling them like, some days you get chicken, some days you get feathers, but either way you show up. And us as Black women, that is like mandatory. We do not have a choice but to show up. So we have to show up with those illnesses as well. So yes. So Maria, tell us a little bit about your story, just so they can know your background here.
Okay, awesome. So what actually had me focused on the chronic illness part of it was that I had gone through, I started getting ill back in May of last year. And it thought it was correlated to, dealing with the vaccine, it was during COVID, we're taking our shots, getting the vaccines done, things of that nature. So it was after the second shot. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's an after effect of that. And just really trying to, and was monitored to talk to my doctor and things of that nature. And it turned out that it was ongoing. So after the first episode, there were several episodes after that I went through off and on throughout the summer, going into the fall. Some of those episodes became extremely severe, where I was basically in the bed for a couple days at a time. Dizziness was major. Vertigo it was vertigo symptoms, to clarify. So it was just really just going through all of that and just trying to figure out what is happening. So there, of course, online, reading exercise, getting information on exercises that could possibly help. Trying to take on over-the-counter medication that they prescribed to you. None of that was working. So finally got to a ENT doctor, and he started doing tests that became inconclusive. And so I'm still going through the symptoms, to the point that after I met with my ENT doctor, I went through a major episode where vertigo was really bad. It had me down for like 4 days, and I couldn't do anything, couldn't work, any of that. Or it was like, if I could do work, I had to do it with my head in a certain position. Wasn't able to move it any type of way, left, right. I just had to keep it going straight. So it's like, trying to work with a tablet or a phone, or either trying to have my computer set in a certain way. After that, I was able to finally meet with a specialist and being able to get a diagnosis, and it was called vestibular migraine. So it doesn't present like normal migraines. It presents as a vertigo. They happen at any given time. There's no control of when it's going to happen. And then one of the side effects is that you have severe brain fog, which can last for weeks. Because I was dealing with all of this, I said, okay, I am now an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur, but I'm still an entrepreneur. But now I have a chronic illness. How am I going to navigate the world with that and being able to manage that? So just figuring that part out for myself. But then I realized that there has to be some other people who are dealing with this, and really wanted to reach out and begin to create a community, learn, find out our pain points, and then find out also what we could do to possibly help each other through that community, through services, whatever the case may be. And I have started that process. But in the meantime, I had to figure out how I was going to navigate, especially when it comes to the brain fog, because that was daunting. I would sit up here and people would have a conversation with me, and I'm in slow motion. So you would say my name, Maria Pettiford Atkins. I'm saying it right now. But when I hear you, I hear Maria Pettiford Atkins. So imagine you're trying to provide services for your clients. You need to be on point. And as you just said, as a Black woman, we have to be on point at all given times. We don't, society doesn't give us room to have a down moment, or to have a moment where we can't function properly. Perfection is expected, even though we try to strive for excellence. They want perfection, and we have to keep going and keep moving. And that was hard to do. I was like, okay, I know I have to be able to navigate this in such a way. So thankfully, I have clients who understand what's going on. And when I have my episodes, they were understandable. But I know there's probably others, entrepreneurs, who don't have that. So being able to be that support and figure out how we can help each other was key for me. So I started doing some research, and that's where I am now. And just being able to really speak to other entrepreneurs who are suffering, who may be suffering in silence, who don't have the resources and don't have the community. And that's where I'm trying to reach to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I definitely can relate to that story. Maybe not the vertical, but finding out, that you're being diagnosed with a chronic illness, because that in itself is an emotional drain just to find that information out and
Right.
then figure out how to run your business as well. So I
Right.
really can relate to that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, just listening, I've been able to speaking with you ladies as well, and then talking with others, and just realize for some, the community is not there. And for those that it's not there, they're losing business. They're not able to, when a crisis happens, and we call it crisis. Some of us say a crisis, some of us say an episode, some of us may have a different name for it. But when you actually have to take that time to take care of yourself, and for them, that's a loss of income. So clients are gone, and depending on how long that takes, they aren't able to get that client back. So that wheel starts over and over again. So now they're back at square one, starting to get the clients, provide a service. Hopefully they can maintain the service before the next episode comes. And if the next episode comes, they may not have that opportunity. And then they're starting that cycle all over again. So just learning that was just really heartbreaking, because these people, they want to be able to have something. They want to be self-sustaining. Just because you have this illness doesn't mean that I don't have dreams. I don't have hopes. I don't have desires of certain things. But however, it does become a major part of your life. So how do I navigate life while dealing with this chronic illness, still be able to be present in the world, but in the way that I can, that is okay for me? And that's the key part. Because I think if I've learned anything, is that I had to learn to love on me and be able to present myself in a way that works with what I can do based off. And I'm not even going to look as it as limitation. I just have something that requires my attention.
Oh, I like that.
I love
Okay.
that.
So I rather, that's it. I don't want to, because then I don't want to look at it that way, because then it becomes negative. And then I start saying something that's negative to myself. And I don't want to do that.
It's
So
all
now,
how you look at it.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
so
think I'm stealing that one, Maria. I think I'm stealing that one. I
So
think I got that one.
one of our beautiful viewers says, "Wow, you did not give up. I take my hat off to you." Yes,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank you. Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yes, I totally agree. I love
Thank
how
you.
she looks at. Yeah, it's so important. I'm just thinking about mindset. It's so important to look at things in a way that are beautiful. Because you can take anything and make it beautiful, right, Toya?
Yes, yes, can. There is hope.
There is hope. Yes.
Yes, 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 definitely.
So
Definitely.
Maria, this is on time for me because over the last few days I had a lot to do. One thing was welcoming my sister Toya to the area. I had so many hopes and dreams of how it was going to be when she got here. Child, I couldn't get out the bed. I have been juicing. I ate something today, but I've been juicing because I've been in so much pain. I could not get out the bed. It's type 2 diabetes for me, but there's so many other things that come, with these things, right? Like
Right.
I couldn't even bend my legs. I couldn't get out the bed. Like, am I 75? No, I'm 41. You know, but you're right. What is for me is community. I couldn't, if it wasn't for my partner taking on the bulk of the client call the last few days, because the brain fog is real. I can't even get my thoughts straight. Like, I'm in the meeting, but I just can't even spit it out, because I just can't. It won't come. The words will not come. It's right there in my brain. I see it, but I cannot get it out. And so one thing that helps me in this chronic illness virtual assistant streets is having a team. That's something
Absolutely.
that really helps me. What's one of the biggest things that help you in this arena?
That the team part has become what's important, and was something when I as I'm shifting, because this is now becoming my niche. I want to be able to work with entrepreneurs who have that chronic illness or either a disability as well, whether it's with themselves or even as a caregiver, because you have to realize we are doing a lot of things. And how do we get things done? You hear the term, and I'm going to use the term that I have within my bio that says solopreneur, which means I'm doing all the things all by myself, but we can't. There's no way, because either we have to gravitate to a system to get something done, or we need a person. Even though we have that term, you can't do it all by yourself. There's no way. I even joke and say even a criminal has to talk to somebody to get something done, because they can't do it by themselves. Okay. Because somebody has to come in and be a part of that deal. And so that's the same thing. And I realized, okay, in order for me to make this migration, I needed to get assistance. I needed help. So I had to hire 2 VAs to help me with this research, because I was like, okay, I still have my current clientele, but I need to find out what is available in terms of, I shouldn't say what's available, what will it look like? What are the needs of those that have chronic illness? How am I going to be able to reach them? How am I going to be able to communicate? I know as Black men, we are all things to everybody, but guess what? Not just one today. I'm like, okay, my octopus hands are coming back in, and I only got 2. That's all that's going to happen. Okay. Right. Multitasking is a major lie. Let me just say that. Okay. Repeat that after me. Multitasking is a lie.
She said a major lie. It's a major
lie. Yeah, let me put it. I did say that. Major lie. Okay. Because we're all over this. You know what I mean? But the reality is, and I'm sorry for this brain right now with all the things with the brain fog, the vertigo. I can't, because I'm been to forgot what just happened 3 seconds ago. I'm like, no, let me just
see. I've always said that I'm not a multitasker, because something ain't gonna get done. Something's not gonna get done. I have to take one thing at a time. Something's gonna get. I'll be like, I don't know what it was, and then I'll move on to the next thought, and then later on, I'm like, oh, that's what it was. I knew something was going to.
That is it. And then you're going to ask a brain that's already struggling to figure things out to go and zigzag. No. So that's where I had to go and get the help. And it's been a godsend. They have really, truly been able to find the people that, we needed to talk to get that information, set up these, these one-on-one or either group discussions. And it's been helpful, just being, and I've been able to do the part that I needed to do, which is show up, have the communications, talk with people, share what's going on, and bring myself to it the best way that I could possibly be. And that was key. So that was the learning thing for me. I was like, there's no way. In order to go forward, you need help. You have to have help.
I want to share a few more comments that they're beautiful comments. Deborah says, you're a trooper. Love Maria. I love Maria too.
Love you too, Deborah.
Yes, you gave me hope. Definitely awesome. I thought I was the only person that really can't multitask. You are not the only one. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I try not to.
Matter of fact, just make a sign. Somebody tell you no. Multitask is a lie, and just put it up. Just let it go in a scrolling. You know how they had that rolling sign? Just let it roll through across the screen. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
I feel like making that a rolling thing right now. That's okay. It is. There's a couple of things that you said, Maria. You talked about niching down. That was the one thing that stuck out. If you are a new to the business, any business, niching down is very beneficial when you get there. I understand sometimes it's hard to get there when you're first starting out because you don't really know what you want to do. But when you have it defined, I can almost promise you 95% of me tells you that you'll make a lot more money. Your business will be more easier to run and more fun when you niche down because you're able to focus more. And I want to speak to Maria, the niche that she talked about. It made sense. It was familiar. She lives this chronic disease situation, so she's able to speak to her clients because they're in the same arena. And I think that is beautiful. That just makes sense. Sometimes you want to do stuff that makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
I know for myself, when I came out, I started social media, and when I started to do business for myself, what finally made sense was social media at the time because that's what I already knew. I was doing that at work. So you want to do things sometimes that make sense, not what's always so trendy and all that. So I love that you're working with folks in that arena because it does make sense,
Thank you.
But just saying stuff like niching down, market research. It sounds like you know what you're doing. How long have you been in business, Maria?
Actually, this is my third year, but this is
Yes.
yeah, it's been something that I have wanted to do since 2009. I became aware of virtual assistants back then. It was fairly new, you know, a lot of I won't fairly new, you know, as people would become more aware of it. Folk were kind of starting to work from home, kind of thing, and it was something that I wanted to do, but I had to delay the journey. We had actually started, my husband and I were going to go into business. We had the name, we had the license. We were in Maryland at the time. And we actually had to wait because he became sick with a chronic illness. He was dealing with kidney disease. And he was on dialysis for a number of years, almost close to a decade before he received a transplant. So I also know it not only from me experiencing it, but from the caregiver side of having a loved one who dealt with a chronic illness and just seeing him go through the journey of having to keep himself going. You know, watching people being on dialysis and going to the center, you know, 3 times a week. And at the time, and you're having a machine keep you alive, that's circulating your blood in and out and trying to keep your mindset going. And then, you know, to have conversations with people and, you know, today they're here, but you come the next time and tomorrow they're gone. You know, so that's a lot to face, you know, at the time. And just he was able to transition from doing it in the center to doing it at home. And that changed a lot for him. His whole mental state and just the way he embraced life just completely changed at that time. But then back in 2015, and I hope I don't cry getting through this, he received a transplant. His donor was 16 years old. And he's 7 years. We are going on 7 years of him having this transplant. It has not, you know, he's on, of course, anti-rejection, but there hasn't been like any major issues. There's things that have happened, but compared to what he was going through prior to his receiving a transplant, it has been a godsend. And I'm eternally grateful for God allowing that to happen. That story, we'll have to tell that story in another time. Hopefully, you know, come back on and share that story.
Come on the show,
definitely. But just what, and now he's working. He's getting ready to go in his 4th year of being employed. You know, so now that allowed me to come off. You know, in addition, when he went back to work, I came off to take care of my mom, and she survived up until 2019. But just being able to have that ability to say now, and I can focus on the business after I got about a year's worth of sleep, because I was doing all the things.
A year's worth.
Yeah, because he was while he was on dialysis, I was what they call an extreme commuter. So I traveled 3 hours each way to and from Washington D.C. area back to Delaware for work. So I did that for 8 years. So when I came off, I said I needed some sleep, and then once I got to sleep, I was able to build the business. So it was 3 years running.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I definitely can appreciate your story. That is a godsend. And oh my gosh, that's so good to hear about him. I'm so happy. Like that warms my heart. That's good.
Yes.
I actually deal with that same illness myself, but you know, grace of God, everything's gonna be fine, you know. And I love that, you know, you shared such a positive story. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I like you already know, but for those that don't know, like my story is very similar to that. I have a lot of chronic illnesses. I got a couple of them. Got the whole little alphabet going on here, but I am still pushing forward. I am still looking for, you know, positivity any chance I can get it. So I'm heart disease, kidney, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, the whole gambit. And it's like so crazy because it just kind of happened. And it just kind of sprung on me, you know what I mean? And like I said, that right there is an emotional thing to even handle, finding out like, oh, you don't have one chronic illness, you got about 4 or 5 of them, you know. So immediately you're like, oh my God, I'm doing, but see, I am a praying woman, and that went straight out the window. And I'm like, life still goes on. I got this.
I'm just amazed and encouraged. Like some folks are saying, I'm encouraged. Like, okay, I can do. Sometimes you feel like you can't do it, right? Exactly. I was like, these last few days, I'm like, what am I? But I can, and I am.
That's it.
Awesome.
And being able to do it in a way that is not dictated by, I'll call it them, they, and those. Who are they? Why are you worrying about them? And why are you considering those? We don't need to, that's it. Just, they're not important. What you finding your place is in society and being able to do it the right way. Because each way is different. You know, we're all, God created us individually. We all had an individual relation, a personal relationship with him that's up and down. So what he tells you is not going to be the same thing he tells me. It's not going to be the same thing he tells Toya. And we have to walk in that and be comfortable with that. But unfortunately, sometimes we let the outside voices come in, and that's where we need to kick them out. Like, get out of my head. I ain't got time for you.
Get out. That's right. That's right.
No.
Maria, I would love to know what services do you focus on in your VA business?
Well, it's basically like the ministry. Right now is email management. I am dealing with email management, marketing per se. I am assisting. I have a real estate agent as a client where I am working with them in terms of their back office. So I handle their systems, making sure that information is getting out. Their systems are in place. I am also working with I do a little bit of HR as well with another client where I'm helping them assist in trying to find, in this daunting world of trying to find employees, helping them with hiring new hires. So I kind of weed them out for them so that their time is spent in a good way of being able to focus on, you know, the hire and being able to find that right person and not have to go through the whole, you know, litany of no calls, no shows. Unfortunately, that is me. So I kind of weed all of that out. So those are some of the things that I am doing for clients. And in the midst of that, I'm also trying to determine what new services are needed for where I'm going in my new niche.
That's good.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Is it pretty difficult to transition to the new niche, or like what was your process of transitioning?
It's in process. I'm trying to see, because I don't want to let go of my current clients. These are, especially one client hired me as soon as I was ready to go. So I definitely don't want to lose them, you know, because they were at the beginning stages. They're, you know, just like I was a baby, they're my baby, you know, and then on top of it, they are close friends of mine. And the second and third clients took a chance as well. So I just because I'm navigating doesn't mean that I want to let go of those who took that chance, because we all know when we're trying to start a business, trying to get someone to say that trust you, you know, and especially in the VA world, that's a trust, because we're really in their business. We know important information. We know confidential information. We know private information, and we know personal information. So that part of being all those different things, there has to be a trust, you know, like, know, and trust factor is huge in the VA world, because they're giving us access, and we have to be able to understand what that access means. So for them to give me that kind of access in their lives, and again, even though those are some of the things, but sometimes it goes to personal assistance, sometimes it goes to executive assistant services, you know, so I'm able to navigate different ways with them, but because there's a trust factor. So because of that, I don't want to let them, you know, I don't just want to say, okay, let me just pass you on to another VA or whatever. No, you took the chance on me, so therefore I should be able to continue to nurture you. So with me saying that is that I'm trying to navigate in such a way that I can have them and still service the new clients that are coming forward.
Again, Maria sounds super seasoned out in these VA streets.
Thank you.
Yeah, like if you are, clap it up. If you are a new or aspiring VA, this it's almost like we're family, or even closer sometimes than family, because they tell us stuff you don't even think you should hear, but you hear it, right, Toya? Right, Maria?
Yes.
We have access to things like, are you sure? But they trust us,
right?
So it's very important to keep that that relationship good. And I totally agree with Maria. Even in my business, we have shifted to different things. Those people that stood there in the beginning, that trusted you, maybe when you were really new or didn't know how to do something, that gave you the opportunity to learn how to do something. We keep those clients, you know, we keep them, you know, we just, maybe when we shift, we don't offer there's services that are no longer on our website, but we still do those for those guys that were there for us in the beginning. So I totally agree with you and understand that, Maria. That's awesome. Because I don't think we talk about that. We really don't talk about that at all.
So yes, it does.
Yeah,
that's it. And I think it's just key for the entrepreneur, the new ones who are coming in, when they talk about not having, you know, not getting a client yet, it's coming, because recognize the value that you bring to that person. So you want to make sure that it's the right connection. It's not just, okay, I get client A. Yay. No, it's being able to make sure that the relationship that you have, like, you know, if not, I won't say exact values, but your values relate in such a way and that you're building a relationship, because now that's your community as well. Your clients are part of a community, even though there's a professional relationship. Again, we are aware of certain things that are extremely, private and important to them. And that helps us do business. In order to write emails, I have to listen to my client's voice, to know their voice, to be able to write on their behalf. So therefore, I am going to be privy to certain things, because now I have to learn, I have to write as them. So it's so many different factors. So I just encourage the new VA who is struggling, who's sitting up saying, "Oh no, it's coming." You want the right client, you want the right community, because they all are going to intertwine and they're going to go with you. Once they're with you, they'll stay, and then you'll be looking back 5-7 years and saying, "Oh my gosh, they are truly my core, my foundation." So I just wanted to say that to keep it encouraged, because we hear that a lot, where they get frustrated or they get, concerned that the client is not coming. It's the right one. You're waiting for the right ones. You don't just want anyone, the right ones.
I think you're preaching, Maria. Sometimes that happens on the show. The right one is so important. Oh my gosh. And when it's the right one, don't get mad at me, but you love each other. Like you really like love each other.
Yes.
You love each other. You want to continue. You want to support one another, and if you're great like that, they're gonna tell their friends. They're gonna tell their good friends. They're not gonna tell their bad friends. They're gonna tell their good friends.
There you go.
And like she said, they'll come. They will come. You do what you're supposed to do, and you choose the right type of clients, and the right type of clients will choose you. That's a fact.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna let you know a little secret. Sometimes word of mouth is sometimes much better than social media.
Girl, let me tell you.
Don't tell nobody. We ain't say nothing though. Secret.
Let me tell you, that is just the truth. That she's
collaboration. That right
exactly. There you go.
That has gotten me more clients than anything else. Working with someone else has gotten me more clients. That literally has been the best thing for me. Find a tribe of people that have that same mindset, that same get up and go, that same drive, and lock arms. Y'all will soar to the moon, I swear.
Absolutely. You got it.
Totally agree with you.
You got it.
So, Maria, before we move on, I would like to take a little break, if you will. And I like to call this break, which really isn't a break, a lightning round. And so we just can kind of get to know you a little bit better. And the first question that I would like to ask, or I would like you to tell us something about you that like people normally don't know. It's something kind of fun, kind of secret that we don't know about you.
I am goofy as all get out.
Not Maria. No, ma'am. You professional. You're real professional.
I am goofy. My daughter is so grateful that I am, because I used to be such a stiff neck. Oh my goodness, tight. No, I must present myself. No,
lady.
No. In the right circles, I am a cut up. My daughter's like, "Mom, really? Wait." She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What? What's the matter?
I'm so glad to hear that. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can be bad around Maria. Awesome. Okay.
Yes. Come on. I'm gonna laugh with you. Might go and get in trouble with you. Be like, "Okay, we're gonna go do this." Yes.
Oh shoot. Yeah, Toya, if you have some questions, ask away. But
yeah,
my next lightning one is, girl, what's your favorite food?
We like
my favorite food. Yes, I like food. What's my favorite food?
Foodie.
I gotta pick one. Wait a minute. It's actually a dessert. It's tiramisu.
Oh,
love
you fancy, huh? Yes,
love that.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So
I see what your palate got going on.
Yeah. I have to watch this. I get it from my mama. The sweets, yes. So I have to be careful, because I'll have sweets will become dinner. So therefore, I'm like, okay, let me be careful. Yeah. So if it's a awesome tiramisu, the creaminess.
Yes, the lady's fingers, the whole nine.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna sit down. Don't talk to me. I'm in my zone. Leave me alone.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Give me 10 minutes, and then give me 15 minutes so I can actually act like you're in the room. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm in my zone. Leave me alone.
Good.
Got it. Okay. All right. I got another one, Toya, then I'm gonna let you go with your two. Okay. So my next question is rap music. Do you like conscious? Do you like trap? Or what's another one? Conscious, trap, or West Coast? Which one you like?
I like going back in the day. We talking Cool Mo D, Cool and
Hey,
Sugar Hill Gang,
Sugar Hill Gang.
LL
Hey.
Cool J back in the day.
Okay.
That kind
All
of
right.
stuff. I need that,
They're like, Toya, how you
Wu
feel
Tang
she like
Clan
that?
back in the day, old school rap.
I
That's
didn't know she was saying LL Cool
Curtis
J.
Blow.
She
Yes,
might have like trap. I
Wu-Tang Clan, like all that. What?
just back in the day. No,
I love
conscious is
it.
good. Conscious, I will say conscious is good, but I need old school. I need
Got
the
it.
one because that, to be honest, back old school rap was conscious. You heard, they talked about life. They
Right.
talked about the struggles. They talked about the things that were going on. That was no offense to the rap that's out here because this is going out into the internet world. I ain't got nothing. I just need back in the day. Okay.
I feel you. Yes.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
My question. Favorite vacation spot?
Oh, right now is Hawaii.
Are you taking me with
With a strong second of San Diego.
I've never been to Hawaii. Take me, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Just don't. It was hot, but it was beautiful. Oh my gosh! It's just, oh my gosh! When we were. This has been a while. My daughter was pregnant at the time. The last time we've been there, I need to get back there. Okay, you hear prayer, Jesus, thank you. Put it up there. But we went with my daughter was pregnant at the time, and we remember the show Lost. I don't know if you remember that. So we were actually in Oahu on the north. It's called the North Shore. So just being able to just serenity. We rented like a condo. It was cracking we laugh anyway because it has geckos. So the wildlife is for real. They do come into the house. It's freaked my child out. She was like, okay, I am not doing the geckos. I'm going to sleep with my mom and my dad. And that's what's going to happen. She's pregnant and I had belly in my back. But anyway, it was an awesome trip. But but I speak on that part because it was just the beauty of it, just to see the nationalities, the different cultures, the things of the warmness, the beauty of it, the sand, all of that. So yes, can't. So that's my one with San Diego. I love San Diego, just the beauty of that as well. So those are top two. So I gave you an extra.
Okay. Put them on our bucket list.
Yes, please. Soon, definitely.
Okay, what was my next one? I forgot it. Oh, dream car.
Actually, it's a Subaru. I want a Subaru.
Those cars are bomb.
They are. That is my next car. I have a Honda now, and I've gotten two of them. I like the Honda. I had two back to back, but I am looking I want a Subaru, and I want the Ascent. That's the one I really want. But I'm like, okay, that's like seven-seater. I'm like, okay, it's only just really me and my husband. My grandson is 14, so he ain't really hanging out with grandma like that. So, do I really need all of that? But I'm like, I want it. So that's my dream car.
Yes, Subarus are nice.
Yes, they are. And they're supposed to be sturdy.
They're very
yes. So.
And safe.
And safe. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking of that word. You said it. So thank you. Mm-hmm. So that's
awesome. Subaru. Now that is a very odd answer, but that actually makes sense because they were earlier cars. So
yeah. No offense to the luxury cars and all of the other stuff, but cruise control, good point A to B, good on gas. That's fine. I don't need it. Because to be honest, let's be honest, the luxury cars come with luxury repair bills. Nah. So if I'm gonna say luxury car, I'm gonna need the dollars to come with it. All right. So
I know that's right. Yes,
so if I say luxury car plus a bank account to pay for the repairs.
Okay. So. All right, those my two, Toya.
Yes, I think that was an awesome lightning round. I'm enlightened for sure. So thank you, Maria. So for peeling it back, let us come in.
Great question.
Yes. So just going back, I want to share just a question or two about building your business while managing a chronic illness. And then I want you to tell us about some things that are coming up and, how people can connect with you if they want to know more. So building your business while managing a chronic illness, what would be your top 3 things you would tell someone who has been, kind of scared to start the business because they know what they have to deal with? What's the first, the top 3 things you would tell them, to help them to decide to go forward with this dream that God gave them?
The first thing I'm going to say is that you just said it. God gave you this dream. So go ahead and go forward. He gave it to you. He's going to walk you through it. So you have the ability to do it, and you're going to do it in a way that he knows that is right for you. So you don't have to worry about the imposter syndrome. So you don't need to, we're to emulate what other people are doing, but that doesn't mean to be imitating what others are doing. We're supposed to be pulling off those that are in front of us to show us what it looks like and how it's supposed to do, but you're not supposed to be them. So you're going to be you. So bring your authentic self. Yes, you are dealing with a chronic illness, and that is something. So the second thing is be open and honest with your clients. Let them know that you are dealing with a chronic illness and what that looks like. And also, and being able to shape your business around it. Time blocking is going to be important. Being able to be honest about what you can and cannot do. Building in that time for rest. Building in that time for rejuvenation. When those crises happen, that's going to be necessary. So that speaks to the third top thing, making sure that you have the help possible. So therefore the help could be in terms of a system and automation. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person right then and there just being available, but ultimately that might be something that also can help you if you're a part of a community. So depending on the right community, that help may come in that when that crisis is there, that they can be able to assist you so that your business can run, even though you have a crisis, that it won't miss a beat. I'm gonna actually give you a fourth thing. And the fourth thing is just being able to realize that this is your business. Your business is going to be your business. My business is going to be my business. So therefore, it's however you want to build it and create it. So allow God to guide you. Let him go first. Make sure that you're checking in with him along each step of the way. Let me clarify. Each step, ask him. It's almost like a childlike thing. God, do I go first or do I wait? God, do I do this or do I wait? Don't get ahead of God. I've done that. You don't want to do that. Because trying to come back and say, oh, wait a minute, God, I got too far. No, you want God first, then go. And he got you.
Go ahead. So amen. She back here shouting. I had to show her.
Hallelujah. Okay, I was over here going in. You better say that louder for the ones in the back. I think
listen.
Oh, man. That has gotten me very far. And I see no lies. I see no lies with that.
Okay, so God first. Make sure you let them know what's going on. Yes. Time block. Oh man.
Time block.
Awesome,
and community.
Awesome.
Community. Because that help can, like I said, even though I said systems, automations, things like that, but sometimes you just need community. And it might just be somebody to just hear you. Yeah. Listen to what you're saying. And I'm just because no offense to those others in the world, but when we're dealing with chronic illness, that is our language because we live it. So it's part of what we talk about each and every day. It's part of what we have to discuss. So therefore, sometimes when you talk with other people, they're like, oh, because time goes past, but doesn't mean that our illness is going past. We're still going to be dealing with it. So we want to be able to find those people that will listen, that would hear, and might get our little silly jokes about when we talk about the illness and say, yeah, girl, let me tell you, boy, the brain fog, you'll say something totally off the wall that only somebody in your community or understands what you're going through will get it. And it's no offense to somebody else. Yeah. It's just that you're trying to get through it. So you're going to be kind of, a little goofy, a little silly, probably a little crazy,
It's the same way I say chicken and feathers. Some days you get chicken, some days you get
there
feathers.
You go. Right.
Someone that's going through something know exactly what I mean. Some days are good, some days are bad. You never know.
Exactly. And then sometimes who will understand when you sit up there, you're looking and you start, your words become the other thing. So you might say, okay, well, you just a workshop and you may say shop work. And they're like, what?
You know what I mean?
Oh, my bad.
Right. And they're like, oh, okay. I think I get it. And it was like, huh? But in a community where others are going through it, they're like, girl, yeah, I didn't twist about 20 words today. So it's all right. It's okay. So
let me just say to the Soultiful soldiers out in the world, I apologize. I didn't open it up for questions. This is definitely a sister that could answer some questions. So here is one wonderful question. We take these things for granted. Everybody doesn't know what time blocking is.
It's a good question.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead, Maria.
Excellent question. So time blocking is when you sit up, you take your schedule and you block out time to do various things. So give you an example, like say it's even for personal things. We kind of do it when we have appointments. Well, you're doing it when you have tasks and things that need to be done. So say you have a client and you're scheduling the tasks that you need to do for your client. So you may say, okay, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I have client A from 10 to 2. and then I have lunch from 2 to 3, and then I go to client B from 3 to 6. That's giving you a general idea of what time block it. And then you can even narrow it down even further, that when you're doing certain tasks, you give yourself time to do those tasks. So say you have, and I'll just give an example, email marketing that's going out. Well, I'm going to do email marketing from 10 to 11, and I'm going to do it on Monday. First thing in Monday, get all my email marketing out of the way, where I'm scheduling and doing all those things. So I know I can do it within an hour. I'll do it from 10 to 11 on Monday. And then that way you stay true to that hour before you go to the next task. And then that allows you to focus on what's important. And then also it gives you the ability to really see what's going on within your day, so that you're scheduling things the right way, and that you're focused on those key tasks and able to get those done in a timely fashion. So that's in a generality of what time blocking is. And hopefully that was clear enough. If the person that asked the question, let me know, you got a complete understanding. If not, I'll go into a little bit further.
And you can like block out everything. Some people I know block off, drink water.
Yes.
Take a water break, because they forget, because you get so busy doing what you're doing. So block it all.
Yeah, going to the gym.
Yeah.
Reading. Even some people even do bathroom breaks. Some people get really that,
really be forgetting to eat, because that was
right. And that's, like I said, lunchtime, making sure, and breaks to just and putting in breaks just to walk away from the computer. Because if we allow ourselves, we will sit at our desk all day long and be just trying to get things. Oh, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. But if you block those times out and really set your schedule up in a certain way, it makes it easier and it flows differently, because now that's focused time on that particular task within a time frame, and then you can move on to the next thing. And even I would even time block, like I said, personal time, family time. Okay, I need to spend time with my child, so maybe that after 3:30, from 3:30 to 4:30 is your time. On, you can just say like a child, date with my son, date with my daughter, and just put those time frames in so that you really are maximizing the most out of your day.
Thanks for sharing that, Lovely. You're not the only one. You're definitely not the only one. Time blocking has really helped me to just maintain a schedule. If not, I got 6 kids, sis. I homeschool and I work. I just don't think I'd be able to have it together if I didn't block out some time. So yeah, it's very helpful. It's very, very helpful. And thank you for being here, Lovely. Thank you, Sharice. I know you said you watched the replay. We're so grateful for all of you, Mama Dorch, everyone that's come through. Brother Atkins, I saw he was on here.
That's my husband. Hey, husband.
Hey, Brother Atkins. So we're so glad that y'all are here. We're going to let Maria tell us a little bit more about some things that she has going on. But if you have another question, we may have a minute or so to answer that. So feel free to ask it. So Maria, if you will, go ahead and definitely tell us about the opportunity to speak with entrepreneurs. Tell us about that.
Yes. So right now, and we're still in the research for it. Like I shared earlier, I'm navigating into a niche where I'm focusing on working with entrepreneurs who are dealing with a chronic illness, or may be dealing with a disability, then also could be caring for a loved one who has a chronic illness or disability. I want to be able to sit down and talk with you, just really understand your story, learn some pain points, and see if there's a way to be able to help. If you are in need of community, find out the way to be able to create community so that we could just really be there to help each other. As I shared, as a fellow person who's dealing with a chronic illness, I don't want anyone to feel that they're by themselves. And as I've learned so far, there's a lot of help that is needed. There's those who are dealing with I'm getting a little tongue-tied, who want to be entrepreneurs, who are dealing with a chronic illness, and they are really having a hard time. So just want to be able to share and talk with others, share some insight, learn. So I'm having some one-on-one discussions. So I have a link that is out, that is just there. If you can just copy that link, if it's clickable for you, be able to click on that and just schedule some time. Would love to it's about 30 minutes, just 30 minutes of your time, and just really sit down and just learn from you and be able to share my insights of what I've learned so far and how I can help if it's possible. So that's one thing.
So guys, I put the link you see on the screen, but it should be in the comment section, so you can click on it. But I just wanted to let you know, Toya and I, again, we suffer from chronic illnesses, and we had the opportunity to sit down with Maria, and it was very satisfying. It was very helpful. Don't necessarily have someone to talk to about this stuff. Not everybody understands, as we talked about today. So definitely take time to schedule time with Maria. You will be
Appreciate
happy
that.
that you did. Yes.
Yes, I
And
appreciate it. Look forward. Hopefully, I will be able to talk with someone very soon. Looking forward to it.
I think there's something else kind of cool you told us about, Maria.
Yes. This is awesome. I have and with a colleague and friend of mine, we are doing a workshop. It's called the Self-Love Workshop. Learn how to love yourself unconditionally. And that is going to be on Saturday, June the 25th from 10 to 4. And basically what we're doing is just that being able, and I bring this in this arena because especially as an entrepreneur who is dealing with a chronic illness, our self-esteem, our self-worth can go down, because we're like, okay, I'm dealing with this issue. I'm having a hard time navigating. And then we also are trying to build this business where society wants us to be presented in a certain way. We got to function this way. We got to do this. We got to do that. Just, again, I'm talking about the them, they, and those, so they're dictating what our lives would be. But if we are working and we're loving on ourselves, the self-care as an entrepreneur who is dealing with a chronic illness, self-care is extremely important. It's important that we take time to just rest, that we get the proper sleep, that we're eating, that we're exercising, that we are affirming ourselves. When we have those chronic, those episodes, crisis or whatever that we call it, that we're able to affirm ourselves through those moments, that hey, I'm going to get through this. Yes, my head hurts and this, the dizziness is just having me the world is flipping around. And when I open my eyes, it feels like everything is just, I'm on a constant merry-go-round that is going at 100 miles per hour. But I am affirming myself at the same time and saying, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be able to make it. I can do this. And we just want to be able to just show you how. Deborah, her name is Deborah Barnes Hamilton, my colleague who has written the workbook that goes with this. She has really dug deep in just going on and showing us how we can love ourselves through self-awareness, through self-growth, through self-esteem, through self-care, through self-respect. And that all goes around the circle of self-love. So when we are able to love ourselves, we are able to really care for ourselves. And that's extremely important. So we have this workshop that is coming up. Again, it's on June 25th from 10 to 4. We are running a promo. There's a link that's in the bio. Yes, if you click on that, and there's the promo is workshop 50, you'll get 50% off of the current price. It is definitely worth it. It's power packed. It is awesome. You will have so many takeaways and so much to work on you. And that's the key part. There is a work that has to be done. Deborah and I are not going to just leave you with tools and tips just for you to take inward and not be able to work on it outwardly, meaning that there's a work that you have to do so that you could get it inward so that you can project it outward. That's what's key. So if you are interested, we would love to have you and spend time with you and being able to show you how you can love up on yourself.
Awesome. You got some shout outs out here. There's definitely some people that love you. Sis, we are proud of you. We applaud you. Very nice. So we have one more question. Lovely. I would love if you can answer that. And then just tell people how they can connect with you if they're interested in your services. And then Toya, close us out, sis. So here's Lovely's question.
Go ahead.
Do you have to be diagnosed by a doctor to be a part of the one-on-one?
No. This is just learning from you. So no, you don't have to be diagnosed. Nope. Sign up. Click the link. Click the link. There's times available. Whatever time works well with you, definitely. And if there's a time that if you need to, that's not there, and you still want to talk, just reach out to me. I'm going to put in my website. You can just send me a message from there, and then
There you go.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. And just send a message to that, and then we'll work at a time. I have not a problem with that.
Awesome.
No. Who am I to tell you what's no?
But that's good because a lot of some people don't want to help you if you ain't really diagnosed. But
this is a trust factor.
Yeah.
This is your story. This is your journey. Who am I to tell you that this is not your journey or your story? That's not.
Amen.
No, that's called being judgmental. No.
Awesome, Maria. I love Maria's spirit. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much coming.
Yeah. Lastly, so if someone wants to get in touch with you for your services, what's the best way to do that?
So on the screen, you'll see you can either reach me through IG at MP Atkins VAS, or you can do the website at www.mpatkinsvas.com. I do free discovery sessions. So if you go to the website, you'll be able to click on the link to schedule some time, and I will be willing to happy to help. I'm here to help. Like I said, for me, I want to be able to help where it's most needed. So that's important to me, to be able to help the entrepreneur as much as possible. We need a team, and I'm willing to be part of your team.
Need a team. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Well, this has been very fruitful, just amazing conversation, and I'm empowered. I hope you guys are out there. Definitely make sure that you take advantage of the different programs and stuff that Maria has and her services. Yes, yes, yes. Maria, this has been great. Toya, this has
Thank
been
you.
great. Yes, Toya, take us
Thank
out,
you.
sis.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you,
y'all so
ladies.
much.
I'm
Thank you
so
so much.
appreciated.
Yeah, this was awesome, y'all. If you are needing any help, this lady is the one you need to talk to. So make sure y'all hit her up. All right. And join us back here next Tuesday, 6 p.m. every Tuesday,
Every
right
Tuesday.
here on Soultiful. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Please like us on YouTube. That'd be helpful.
Please. I mean, please.
Sounds
We the
good.
only Soultiful. We the only Soultiful on YouTube.
We the
All right.
only Soultiful. Click that like button, please. And put the notification bell on so you know when we're doing this all again.
Love y'all.
Thank
Bye.
you, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bless.